Well, I'm sure I look great today. I didn't have a chance to do my hair, put on any makeup, so I guess you'll have to deal with it. So it's about 6:30. I'm on my way. Man, the spider webs are everywhere. I'm on my way. I just have maybe a mile to go to the road, and then a little over a mile into the post office. And try to go to the gas station, maybe charge my battery and stuff. So I'm gonna end up wasting, for sure, probably 3 hours this morning or more. Oh my gosh, man. I gotta put these poles up and block these webs. So, got a fork in the road here. Okay, go this way. Sorry, losing my track. So anyway, stayed at the shelter. It was good, quiet. There were a couple women there that had been hiking together. It's interesting. So I don't think I told you all the little stuff, and it doesn't even matter. But anyway, there were a couple people in the group that I had been with that was kind of following along with Fresh Grounds. Anyway, and they had gotten off the trail for a couple of days to do what's called aqua blazing, which just means there was either a river, a lake, whatever, and they, instead of hiking a certain portion of the trail, they kayaked it. Well, they had two friends who also did that with them, and those friends never joined back up with the group. I guess they just kind of wanted to hike on their own. Well, those were the two women at the shelter last night. So I met them when we started talking a little bit, and yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, you know this person, don't you? And this person. And so anyway, that was sort of fun. It's always fun to make those connections on the trail. And that's about it. You know, it was a really peaceful, easy night, and I got decent enough sleep, certainly better than the night before. And so I'm ready to roll. I have a plan. There's a shelter about 19 miles away. I'm hoping I'm going to get to that shelter today. But, you know, going off trail like this, you know, to the post office, wasting 3 hours. I mean, when I get back on today, it's already going to be hot, and it's going to be hot the whole day. So I'm going to have the advantage of the disadvantage, hiking almost nothing in the cool except just for this mile this morning and then into town. So I'm not sure what that's going to do for me, but I just have that in the back of my mind that, you know, if it's really, really hot, I can always cut the day short and just camp somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, well, all right. I'm going to get my stuff at the post office. Morning, Mr. Rabbit. All right, looks like I found my road. Virginia 638. So I'm gonna take a left here, heading northwest, and follow this road for 1.2. Doesn't look like it's a road made for walking either. So I may have to, I don't know, jump in the ditch when cars come by. I could try to get a quick hitch into town. It's only like a mile, but we'll see what happens. So last night, I was so tired. I mean, I was really wiped out from the heat and from obviously the miles that I haven't, you know, I know 26.7 isn't really a lot for some people, and it's tons for other people. But anyway, for me, it's a massive amount right now, and with the heat, it was really a killer. So anyway, my point being that I was really tired. When I said that I did 26.7 miles, it didn't even register in my brain until I was already settled in for the night that, well, 26.7, that's really darn close to 26.2, which is a marathon, which is kind of cool. So I can now say I hiked a marathon. And it only took me 10 hours, which is pretty pitiful for a marathon, but hey, considering, you know, you're doing thousands of feet of elevation, you know, over on boulders and stopping and talking to people that have questions for you, and you know, having to get your own water and filter it at streams while you're carrying a 30-pound pack, I think not too bad. I'll be happy with that. So yeah, I'm now an unofficial marathoner. If you, I don't think anybody who's really run a marathon is going to agree with me on that, but I'm owning it, man. Well, it might be about halfway there. Quiet morning. So back here are a bunch of blackberry bushes. And I know it's hard to see, but up here on the hill, there's tons of them. All those big wads of red berries, or blackberries that aren't quite ready yet. But, I'm gonna get off the road here so I don't get killed. That was nice of that guy to stop. Anyway, I found one that's actually ripe. So this is my first AT blackberry. Even though I'm really not on the AT, I'm about a half mile from the AT on a country road here, but it still tastes the same. Oh, man, maybe I'll find about 1,000 more of those today. All right, way over the hill there, I think I see a stoplight. I don't even know if you can see it, but it's way up there. But I think as small as this town is, that's probably my road I'm looking for. So, I'm not too far away. That right there is the street I came down. I came across here and found a Monterey service station. So, this is where I've been hanging out a little bit. I'll tell you what, the lady inside was the nicest, most helpful person. It was great. They have homemade biscuits and sausage sandwiches, and so anyway, I've been sitting out here having a little breakfast. They actually have a sitting area around back, and there's some, Appalachian Trail signage and stuff, so it's kind of made for that sort of thing. And anyway, they've been very helpful, so I'm just hanging around. I got here a little bit early, so I have to go right down here where that guardrail is down there and just take a left, and it's only like a half block or something, and then the post office is right there. So I'm just waiting for a few minutes until it's time, and then I'll go get my stuff and be on my way. Today I will be taking 100% of the opportunities to put cold water on my face and head. Starting right here. Okay, I have resorted to shirtlessness, and it is making all the difference in the world. Yeah, man, that polyester thing I have is just eating me up big time. So, this is good, but gotta play this balancing act because it's getting close to 10:30, which means sun is definitely got some energy behind it, and I don't want to get burned. And I still have not found any sunscreen. It's crazy. Everywhere I go. Now, I'm not going to places like, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, places I know would have it. I'm going to just small places, roadside groceries and gas stations and things. But they have everything, man. They have deodorant. They have shampoo. They have every kind of medication that you might need. They have toothpaste. They have stuff you'd never use. They don't have sunscreen. So, I've got 2 little dinky triangles of sunscreen left. Just enough to rub on. Like, one triangle will do both of my arms one time a day. And that's what I have left. So, there's no way I can walk around without a shirt on all day long, because I am so white, my skin will just fall off of my body. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to try to stay in the shade and gauge it. And as soon as I don't think I should be in the sun anymore, I'll put my shirt back on and I'll start going really, really slow. But this has at least bought me a couple hours this morning. And a couple hours is something. Another spring visited. And another 10 degrees cooler I am for at least the next 5 minutes. That's good. I'll make my way to the next water source about 4 miles away. I already can't wait. Well, here's how my day's going. It is really hot, but without a shirt on, I am hiking great. I mean, which is crazy, you know. You just wouldn't normally hike without a shirt. I mean, there's so many reasons not to, you know, for exposure and everything. I'm gonna have to put it on pretty soon. But it's just made all the world a difference. Unfortunately, all the people coming towards me are blinded and they keep falling off cliffs, but you know, a small price to pay for me being cooler. So yeah, I'm really cruising along well, just trying to get as many miles as I can before I put that dang shirt back on and slow down to snail's pace. This is maybe the first time now that I've actually had a sense of the time I have left out here now. And it's, yeah, seems like a really short amount of time, so that's always kind of tough. I'll probably be dwelling on that the rest of the day now. Right now I'm just going to enjoy being cool, moving fast. What a beautiful day. Oh yeah, one more stream. Utilized to its fullest to cool me off. Although I have succumbed to putting the shirt back on, so we'll see how I do with that. Rod Hollow Shelter, that's where I was heading tonight. Harper's Ferry, that's where I should be 2 days from now, pick up my next box. But feeling really good. It's only night. I don't even think it's 1 o'clock yet, so pretty sure I'm not going to stop at that shelter. I think I'm just going to keep on going. Don't know where. Don't think I can make it to the next shelter, or that I even want to. It would be another marathon, like literally a marathon day. But I'll probably be able to find a good campsite somewhere in the middle. No. As long as it doesn't get any hotter and the terrain doesn't get any worse. Actually, right here, I should have videoed 5 minutes ago. Right here looks fantastic. But I mean, for the last, you know, maybe, well, last hour or maybe slightly less, it's just been, you know, the trail's been 6 inches wide and just stuff just sticking out everywhere. I mean, you can't walk without just getting torn up by the briars and the blackberry bushes and the, you know, all sorts of different, about 5 or 6 different things that can tear you up. And so I've just been walking along with my trekking poles trying to keep myself from getting torn up too bad. All right. Appalachian Trail, Ambassador White House Trail, Old Trail. Wow, there's stuff everywhere here. But we're just going to keep cruising along. North on the Appalachian Trail. Haven't really had any views today, but way off there you can kind of see, whoa, let's see here. Kind of see a little bit of something out there. That almost counts as a view, right? They sure want to make sure you get it right. And I'm glad. It makes up for all the other times where the AT dumps you off out into a field and says, good luck. And you just go wander around the fringes until you find a white blaze somewhere 10 feet into the forest. But not here. They make it easy. Well, this whole area is called Sky Meadows State Park, Virginia State Park. And you can kind of see why. Lots of sky, lots of meadows everywhere. For a couple miles here at least. The AT must be, somewhat on the fringes, or at least it doesn't run right through like it does some of the other campgrounds and parks and things like that. I think the visitor center is 1.5 miles or 2 miles from here. And so, you don't really see any of the activity, which is nice. I mean, it's nice that we're now back in the traditional AT now that we're out of the Shenandoah and we're just out in the wilderness. So, but yeah, there's this whole area out here you're not allowed to camp in. If you want to camp, you have to, go to where they have campgrounds in the park and, designated areas and pay and the whole bit. So you just have to, if you're on the AT and you want to stop, you got to stop before you get here, or you got to get your way through, and then you can find a camping spot after you get through. So I don't know how much further it is. I don't know how big the park is, but it's nice other than, you're out here in the sun with no shade right now, but it's okay. A little bit of a breeze, keep me alive. Ah, sweet shade, come to me. Oh wait, how come to you? Oh yeah. Whew. Oh my gosh. Man, it must have dropped 15, at least 15 degrees, maybe more than that just going through there. Oh, that is fantastic. Yeah. One more hat. Whew. It really is a lot cooler here in the forest, but man, that field really sapped a lot out of me. So I am just looking for the next water so I can sit down and cool off and just get my legs again. Yeah, man, it was hot out there. Kind of didn't realize how hot it was and how much it was taking out of me until I got in here. Oh, I've only been going for a quarter mile, but I'm like, whoa, ready to stop and sit down for sure. Probably not even talking loud enough for you to hear me. So I'll shut this off, I guess. Well, I stopped on the bridge, sat and had lunch, and saturated myself with the stream water again. Feel a lot better. And then just kept going a couple miles, and I just crossed another stream and drowned myself again in that. So doing pretty well. Got, I don't know, maybe another 2 miles, maybe barely more, to the shelter I was going to stay at tonight. I think I'm doing well enough. I'll just keep taking my time and cooling down, and probably keep going once I get to that shelter. So, okay, so I don't have much time to talk about this, and I probably don't need to, but this section's called the roller coaster. I will not go all the way through it today. I'm going to stop about halfway up here and camp, or go to the shelter. But it's about 13.5 miles of just really steep up and down and up and down. So this next 6 miles to the shelter is not going to be easy. And it's called the roller coaster. Going up. And up. And up. And down. And up. And up. And down. And up. And up. And down. And down for the count. I'm up here on the peak tonight. It's just about midnight. And there was some thunder and stuff much earlier when I got here. But it didn't really come together. And now I've gotten waken up just a little before midnight and the winds are howling through here. It just comes on like a freight train, and I hear some cracking branches and things like that. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but I looked on the radar. There's some really, really strong storms heading totally away from here, far away from here into DC. But a couple of small cells heading right for me, but I don't know what'll happen. They might dissipate before they get to the mountains. So anyway, a little nervous. I need to just go back to sleep, try to get some good sleep.